colors dance and fly. The shimmer awakes the sky. The fox runs through dark nights. Its fiery tail ignites the lights. Green and violet, gold and blue, painting frozen skies anew. The sky a canvas of infinity. All colors spark with affinity. The tail a brush of creativity paints a rainbow made of snow. The rivulet races and gleams like living colors born from dreams. And the colors dance and fly. The shimmer awakes the sky. The aurora enchanted glow. Satellite, the artistic flow. The wind spirit knows that the art now flows, colorful like foxfires, full of the soul's desires. The foxtail paints the snow, the aurora enchanted glow. Satellite, the artistic flow. The wind spirit knows that the art now flows, colorful like foxfires, full of the soul's desires. The foxtail paints the snow, the aurora enchanted glow. Satellite, the artistic flow. Can everyone hear me? Okay, great. Let me see who we got. Hello, Jeanette, my darling. Hello, Nissa. Oh, I know you're going to have guests. Hi, Adri, my sunshine. Hello. Oh, hi, Char. Hi, Nikki. Welcome to the Fox Den. Okay, I think we're good enough to start now. For those who did not see my post in my community tab, pardon all the mess. I was trying to do continue my page for Jess's collab, so it's all messy here. So, for those that didn't see my community tab post, I have been trying to come up with a logo for my channel. Char said, I know I have said it to you already, but oh so cute. Yes, because Char draws, and also Jeanette has been here since the beginning. I've been keeping them updated on me creating something for the channel. And what I wanted initially was this, like the fox, created a fox like sitting and probably hugging her tail, and her tail dipped in paint. That's kind of my initial idea. Same here. I made a bucket of paint, but I also added like a pencil. Same here. Oh, hello. Hi, Vera. Hello, hello. Oh, I need to check your new pop. Oh my goodness. I can't resist that much cuteness. And well, what I came up with that I liked the most was this one, because it has some context, you know, like I got some watercolors, a jar, and I even put it like a sponge here, and then some like a canvas kind of thing. But the thing is, the whole point is to create a profile picture. And in YouTube, they're round. So if I make a circle around it, this would not work. It would cut off most of it. So I figured I had to condense the information a little bit. And this is what I came up with. I did the best I could to erase it, but I was using a coal erase, which is a Prismacolor colored pencil that erases. It has its own eraser in the bottom here, which I usually cover up with these Pentel arrow tip erasers. So when I got to this point, I was feeling I did not have enough room to add some details. And also I couldn't erase very well all the other things. And that's kind of the point. I do this exactly so I can, even if I erase everything, I can retain a little bit of how I got to this stage, you know, like the tail was shorter. I had the lines for the eyes, and you know, also the kind of the the cheeky fur was also like much larger. I had made a mistake on the ear, just so I know how I got to this, so I remember. I do it on purpose because this is not 100% erasable, at least not in this paper. This paper is really bad paper. It came from the Hessian pink colored pencils, that's where it came from. And it's a mixed, it has some craft, black paper, and then this green colored one. I keep this in my purse. Ooh, lasagna. I love lasagna. I absolutely love it. And in my art class, we've been drawing birds. So I was carrying this in my purse so I could draw some birds. This is Rufus Hornero, which is here we call the literal translation would be John of Mud, something like it. I think my boyfriend calls it John of Clay, the literal translation, because it's he creates houses made of clay, and he can create like little, what did we call it? Like real townhouses kind of thing with out of clay. And it's a really prolific bird here, really tiny, but they're really brave, and they are carnivores. They eat like maggots and you know slugs, stuff like that. And this is a blue budgie. Is a parakeet, an Aussie parakeet. I found a picture online and I used it as a reference. And since this was in my purse already, I went to pick up some meds in our universal healthcare system, but there is a bit of a line, and you know, I gotta stand in line a lot. And I decided to just grab the pencil. This is usually my purse kit. I bought this little small tiny pencil case, a small sharpener, the remnants of a Faber-Castell eraser, also another eraser like pen type, really cheap and old. And I also keep usually this a regular pencil. This was a mechanical pencil thingy. I put a washi tape and I glued it here. I also always keep a Pentel arrow tip as a as an eraser because I have the habit of doing this all the time, and I run down the regular eraser from the pencil a lot. And I sometimes forget, and then I scratch this metal bit on the paper, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I always keep this here in all of my, literally all of my pencils. And what I do is I keep it here, and it has an elastic. So what I do is I keep it like this on my purse at all times with me, so I can have something to sketch on when I'm standing in line, waiting for appointment, stuff like that. So what I did is I wanted it to be bigger. Cutest all cartoons do I ever watch. Nikki said it's the cutest fox I've ever seen, Char. Fox's Coloring Adventure coloring book. Are you saying I should make a coloring book? Because that's something that I have been thinking about, but I need to increase my game. I gotta increase the level of skill because I don't like this. I mean, I like the drawing. Is what I don't like is the fact that there is zero background. You know. So what I need to get better at is work in perspective and composition to situate the character in a scenario, something that makes that gives more context to it. Because I don't like cute and cozy coloring books. So if I were to do something, I would want it to be, let me get it here, if I can reach it, more something like this. I would have to create a good context. And if I were to do it, it would have to be like a history book. But this, from getting to this, from this to this kind of thing, it has a long way to go. I am now learning like to draw the birds and draw animals. I still did not learn. I have a lot to learn to get to that point. And also, I feel like if I was going to make a coloring book, it would have to be something I want to color in. And because most cozy coloring books don't appeal to me, I want to be a little bit more detailed. Not too much, just a little bit. Like, I think RJ would be a good example. It's not super complicated line work, but it's very unique and usually has a context. Nikki said, "Oh, hello, Chris. Hello, hello." Nessa said you underestimate your talent a bit. Usually, my issue is I can create, a landscape, but I cannot place characters on the landscape. But I can create a character without a landscape. I still need to figure out how to join all the bits into one thing. But for example, one thing that is driving me nuts right now is there is no ground. It's just a sketch, but without a ground, it looks like it's floating in the air, and it gives me the heebie-jeebie. So, and I know this is probably going to be erased. What I did here is I took a picture of my own sketchbook. I put it in the computer. I zoomed in enough to fit because the size that it was before, these are virtually the same size in terms of paper, but it was much smaller before. Yes. So what I did is I took a picture of this, put it in the computer, and I just zoomed in and printed. I printed the picture, and this is not the picture though, just because I wanted to know if it would fit in the space I had. I have a bit of a spatial issue. So I need to have things to make them that size. I can't just wing it. And what I did is I printed and then I just transferred to here to my regular sketchbook. Yes, and I know there are some good cute and cozy, I'm not throwing shade at the whole style, but we do know that many of those cute and cozy unfortunately are just stock images that were purchased. And I would have to keep a story. There is one cute and cozy that I find I would probably be able to color without feeling annoyed. It would probably be Holdra Folk, I think that's called. because I know they have a quirky story, and I would like that. But anyway, uh, what I want to kind of, I don't know if change or fix here is I might change the eyes a little bit because technically fox eyes, if you think about it, they're more like this. Yes, I don't want to be too realistic, but a fox eye is a lot like a cat's eye, so it would more be a little bit like this. Is one of the few canines that have a slit pupil. Oh, that's actually a great idea, Nessa. Jeanette said Emily Illustrator is going to do one, so I would love you to. Well, Emily Illustrator is a whole nother level. She's a pro. I'm a real amateur. Yes, and what gets me with these cute and cozy is exactly the line weight. It looks like it was done with a monoline, single weight kind of ink or just maybe a brush on Photoshop or something. In my line, I don't know if you can see it, but my line is very sketchy. You know, I don't do many other anything, and I don't know why I'm shading. I shouldn't be shading because I will color this. This the whole point is for me to color this. I don't know if it would be gouache or watercolor or what yet, or maybe just color pencils. Auntie Chris said, I wish I had a working printer. If I wanted to scale something large or small, I have to use the pantograph. Yes, that's my printer is terrible. Oh, Jess is here. Hello, Jess. Welcome to the Fox Den. Press send too soon. Hello. Nikki said that the eyes on your fox are more adorable. Yes, they're cuter. Yes, I know. And I did play with the idea of just putting like a slit, but it looked a bit creepy, so I kind of scratched that idea. And just as I sent the message, I've been called for dinner. Be back later. All right. I'll be here for a long while. Auntie asked, Lucy, do you have a tablet with Procreate or similar? Yes, I do. I have an old iPad. I don't even know what edition it is. I don't understand those things. But it's I'll show you in a minute. Let me just hide this little cable here. Otherwise, it's going to go to the ground, and I have to go into the table to get it. There. Can you reach me my Apple Pencil? It's behind this huge brush. Can you see it? The little tip there. White. Little white. Nope. It's in the other. Yeah, that. No. It's the larger one. Yeah. Thank you, love. So I have this stand. It's a magnetic stand. It's basically my TV when I put any stream to watch, because my TV is like crap. My TV is 15 years old or something. No, maybe it's not that much. It's probably 12 years old. But I have it. I don't even know. I edit all of my videos on this tablet, but I have Procreate here. Let's see. Like this. This is another one I did. It is actually the one on Discord. And I did entirely on Procreate. I even recorded like a time lapse of me doing this. It's one of the few situations I can record a time lapse. But I don't know. With this AI stuff happening, I kind of gave up on doing on the tablet and went straight for paper. Um, this was one I really liked, but because I did a lot of stuff in it, I wanted it to be a little less crowded. Give me Mr. Knife today. I've been having sleeping troubles and it was over before I woke up. I got to Adri's streams like 3 seconds before she ended the stream, so I completely missed it. And it's odd, I was actually awake, I just didn't realize what time it was. Because I was just cuddling in my bed, because for the first time in a week we actually have a decent cold night, which was very sleep conducing. So I did miss Audrey's stream. And yes, I do have a Procreate and a tablet, which I highly recommend, even if you buy like used iPad, or open box or Amazon resale or whatever. You know, mine is a basic model, is an older model. I just needed to work with this pen. So when I got it, I actually got this for my birthday. My father gave it to me. But this is one model. My tablet is here to the side. It's one model below. It was at the time, like years ago, one model behind the newest model, and that was like a few years ago already. So anyway, um, I'm almost to the point that I might need a pencil holder for this because it's starting to get a bit short. I can still do it. Pauline, hello. I'm just in time for the cute fox. Hi, Lucy and everyone. Hello, Pauline. You're very welcome to be here. I love when you're here, especially because you draw as well, or well, used to. I've been binge watching your walk down memory lane videos. I absolutely love your art because my passion is wild animals, and you did so much of it that you have actually it was those videos that inspired to create this because I wanted uh and I wanted to go back into doing original art because you were not here before, so I'll show you. I do take art classes. It's once a week, and it's online. And this is what I've been up to on art class. I'm learning different kinds of anatomy from different kinds of animals, and that's because they're my passion. I love it. Um, my passion when it comes to creating art is pen pastels on pastel match paper. I love it. There is this artist I follow. He was the first one, I think, that brought pen pastel to public awareness, but mostly pastel pencils and pastel drawings, like wildlife type of art. It's oh gosh, it's Jason Morgan, and that's my obsession. Animals are my obsession. I love them. So I spoke with the art professor. I think it would be kind of teacher because my course is not like higher education course, but she has a PhD on art. So I call her a professor. Oh, you did? I would love you to share them, Vera. Or it could be in your community tab or Discord or anything really. Oh, you don't use Discord, right? So that would be, I guess, it could be Instagram, anything really. I would love to see it. I love to see art, the people made. This is a 2B pencil, a very generic one. It's from a local brand called Tris. I like this brand. But this is my classic Dixon Ticonderoga number 2 pencil. I bought a box of this when I traveled to the United States last time. Oh, you have this coat now? Jeanette said I tried Procreate, very limited to sets, one thing too many to learn. Yeah, I had to get a tutorial because I'm very slow in those tech things. I used to know a lot of what is it called? Photoshop back in the day, but with Adobe pulling the kinds of stunts that they did lately, I just said, you know what? I don't want anything to do with Adobe. I need to make this thinner a little bit, which means I'm going to have to reduce the size of the ear on this side. And I know that this is technically a coloring channel, but the reason I put it Lucy Fox Art is exactly because I don't want it to be necessarily exclusively a coloring channel. I think it's too large. Let me reduce this. And this little bangs that I put on her, it's the same in most of my Fox drawings, even my old one. Oh, you sent it. Hold on, let me see. Oh, of course no one's gonna laugh. You're making an effort. Let me get the Discord, because I opened the Discord here. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is amazing. I see the flower. Cute. Oh, look at her. Oh my goodness. She's holding her tail. Oh, look. You made the paw. Oh, such a nice detail. The little pads. Oh, beautiful. Vera, this is what sketches are for us to play with it. Oh, look at her. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. Oh my god. I can't. I can't resist it. Too cute. Just too cute. Oh, look at her. Oh, it's not. I don't know. Probably my phone doesn't show you well, so I would encourage you to check Discord by yourselves, because this doesn't make her justice. She's so cute. Oh my goodness. Look, you did her pose perfectly there. She's very tiny, apparently. Auntie Chris said, a standard US. I think anyone who teaches on the college level is professor. Yes, she also teaches in the university. She has a PhD. She's getting her PhD. She's I think she's due to defend her thesis in October this year. So yes, I call her a professor because of that. She kept saying, "No, I'm just an art instructor," because that particular school she teaches me at is just for the regular public. Hello, Hannah. Oh, hello, Hadasa. Buenos días, doctora. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, yes. Oh, because you're engineering, right? This happens here. If you're a lawyer, a medical doctor, because here there is a law. And the law is, if just like you have JD as Juris Doctor, MD as medical doctor, some degrees will grant you the title of doctor. And some of those degrees, and the reason for that, I'll explain a bit, they were granted the title of doctor. And those degrees, they are technically bachelors, but the credit amount of hours you have, it's enough for you to have at least a master's degree. So any bachelor course that would take you more than 5 years, or at least 5 years to complete, will grant you a D in the end, degree for the PhD thing, which is not a PhD, but it's doctor. There's a Juris Doctor, medical doctor, stuff like that. Mine is one of them. Mine takes 5 years, so that's I get out as a physical therapist doctor. So do law and medicine and dentistry, a few others that I don't remember now. I think engineering, civil, electrical. Civil, electrical. There's another one. Mechanical engineer. Those are the three other ones that here they grant you the doctor. So another thing that is bothering me a little bit, I'm thinking maybe I should shrink everything a little bit. I don't know. You know what? I think I know what I'm missing here. This is literally my palette. No, this is too small. I need a larger round thingy. I think this is the largest one I have. Maybe. Hold up. I think this one would work. Yeah, I might need to make her a bit smaller. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. I just need to know how much can I fit. Because the YouTube profile thingy. This is my my paint puck thingy here. It's for water for you to rinse your brush with it. Yes, the same as here, Audrey. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Hello to everyone I might have missed. So I did get a circle enough shape, and we will increase this shape. Let me get this mock-up of an eye out. Maybe I can get you a bit closer, I feel. Yes, I think that's good. Doctora of Pop Art Auntie. I don't want to spend another 17 years in school though, yes. Came and live in Colombia and they will call you Doctora. So the reason I need this circle is just because of the profile picture. I need to know, see, this is my issue. Okay, I'm gonna have to, the issue is it's cutting off through the brush, and it's the one thing I don't want. So even if I have to maybe make her ears a bit smaller, I'm not sure, to make sure that the round part will bring this one with it. Let me see, maybe this one will work. Yeah, I think so. Just so I know. Yeah, but that will cut right through it. Yes, it will cut through the ears, and I don't like that. I wanted to learn how to use Dreams, which is the Procreate Creators apps for animation. That one I wanted to learn how to use. Because I have so many ideas in things I could do, but animate things. I watch a lot of Aaron Blaise. Aaron Blaise is the guy that directed Brother Bear by Disney. He also animated Nala in Jasmine Tiger, Raja? I don't remember his name. Make it off center a tad. I love that she's a lady fox. Well, technically, she's supposed to kind of be me. And it's funny because fox is not necessarily my favorite animal on the animal kingdom. I don't even know which one would be my favorite. I think probably cheetahs. I don't know. Lions were my first passion, but I have a lot of passion, different passions. And I really like the red panda, but because I'm red-haired, the fox thing came on. And and then I started to dig a little deeper in terms of foxes, and I really liked it. You know, the fact that it's basically a cat software running on dog hardware, except the eyes. That's a very yeah. That's going to be a bit off center, but I don't mind it. I like it, and it's good enough that I know that I could fit this. I'm almost thinking of bringing this up a tad bit. You know, I could like cover it up her nose with this. Maybe. Could I? Um, want to increase. I'm going to start calling Christine Karen page. You call it for me. Oh, I want to see that. But I think Jessie's having dinner now. But if she pops in later, I want to know. I will want to see that. So yeah, this is interesting. Maybe I can. Let me get my needed eraser just to remove a little bit of the pigment without completely erasing the line. Maybe I can squish her a little bit. Let's see. Just a little bit, maybe. If I can squish her a little bit. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to keep it straight so no one gets dizzy, but it's a bit weird for me. Because I typically I draw like with the notebook twisted. The correct hashtag, I think, is color for Colombia, but Audrey, please, um, if you can write down the correct hashtag, I will love that too, because I want to color something for Colombia as well, and I want to use the proper hashtag. So that means I will need to squish her ears just a tad bit this side. Maybe I can also make her ears a bit like wink. Yeah, maybe I can do that. So let's do it like this a little bit. Yeah, I think I like this. I like this idea. Her ears are not so perked up. Yeah, this is good. I'm liking this. I've seen Adri's face. Wait, I missed something. What did Hadassah said? Oh, 100%. Audrey, I plan to jump into my Kristen Karen book today. Oh, nice. Oh, and you're gonna make the Audrey's gonna make the character look like Jess. I want to know if Jess shared her face too. That would be really interesting, in fact. Okay, so I have to make it a bit smaller. I might need a ruler here. Hold up. Oh, I almost killed my dog now. Sorry. Sorry, no. He has this bad habit of laying right on the wheels of my chair, and sometimes I don't notice, and I run over a sliver of his hair, of his tail hair sometimes, and then he just goes up jumping like a maniac. Okay, so it's a little less. Okay, I'm gonna have to maybe do this. No, no, that's wrong. Okay. This is just, again, I do want to color this, but I don't know if I can do it all today. I hope so. This is wrong. Something about it is wrong. I don't know what it is yet. Try. Yes, I think I need to be a bit there more. Yes. Okay. Gonna have to, instead of squishy, I have to widen this because now the ear is whoop. And the way I started is let me get my own sketchbook. Thank you. Oh, you've never seen a picture of Jess? Yes, all I know is that Jess has blonde hair and it's long hair, and she does wear them in braids. That's all I know. Because once she took a picture of her cat, and I could see a little bit of her hair near the cat, like this. It was Lexi, of course. Yes, like this. The way I usually start any drawing is with circles. So what I did was I did a circle and then another circle for the body. You know how when we're kids, sometimes we just draw a cat like this? That's kind of where I start. Absolutely everything. Everything that I draw. So I start with the face and with the body, and then where the limbs will attach to those spheres that I drew. Is how I start any of my drawings. In that, I don't think there's any, I don't do any principles correct and stuff like that. Yes, in pair complexion. Mimi said art text Discord. I will check that in a minute. Where is it? General community color pages, charm. Oh, here. Oh, goodness, let me. You can see all the grime on my phone. Ooh, that's pretty. Eleonora creates. Oh, I saw. What did I saw? My phone is not focusing. I apologize. Your mental picture of her just changed completely. Yes, this is the hashtag color for Colombia. Eleonora creates. I think it was Renee from Coloring Corner with Renee, I think. She's doing a lot of these artists' work, I think. Is it not? I could be wrong. But yes, that's pretty cool. These are markers, right? Oh, Jeanette sent one. Can I show them, Jeanette? The mandala you did? All right. This is the one Jeanette made. Oh, my camera is having a hard time focusing on the phone. I think alongside the hashtag, maybe you can go get a make a GoFundMe page. I don't know. I think it was Helen and Audrey and someone else, maybe Sarah, that created the hashtag. Maybe you could attach a GoFundMe page so people can help. Really beautiful. I loved it. Look at the details. Such perfection. Look, beautiful. Let me see if there's anything else. Mm. Yes, this is the old one. There's nothing new here. Yeah, actually, I'm liking this better. You know, her ears like this. Hmm. I like to make her a bit like with the messy hair. I don't want the super, you know, all proper, and primp. I don't know. I completely don't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, I'm liking this a little bit better, in fact. And again, it doesn't have to be like super duper refined. You know, my lines are never really refined, so I want to keep as original as possible. And also, it was something Audrey said. She mentioned about the bright, vibrant logo thing from Jess that helped her, catch on that right away. So that was really, you know, something that stuck with me. How having this very bright, easily recognizable image. Because I thought maybe I should just put a picture of myself because then it shows I'm a real person. But nowadays, even that doesn't show you a real person, which is horrible to just think about it. But you know, and I think I'm going to bring her tail a little bit up. Reminds of when coloring canvas finally showed her face, not how I picture her at all, which is very lovely. Mimi said, "Let's see that fox adorable by the coloring book in a minute." Thank you so much, Mimi. Thank you. Yeah, maybe one day it will become a coloring book, but uh Jeanette said two of our group will be meeting Jess soon. Yes. I remember she mentioned that on her channel. Yes, exactly. Nissa, you're correct. Has this feeling like our photos aren't real. Yes. Someone messaged me on Instagram and asked how edited or no, how filtered. I think that was what they asked me. How filtered was my picture on Instagram? And there are no filters on my Instagram, on none of my pictures. nowadays. Back when I was a teen, I was a heavy Photoshop this, Photoshop that kind of girl. But nowadays, I don't even own Photoshop. I don't think I could even turn the thing on nowadays because it's been, I don't know, 20 years since I last did that. Yes, Jess, you are very much being talked about. Audrey said that she wants to color Kristen Karen, the same one you did, to look like you. That's what we were talking about. And then Chris said, "Wait, did you see Jess's face?" And everyone thought she saw your face. And then Audrey said, "No, I didn't. All I know is that she is fair skinned." And I said, "I know Jess is blonde because I saw a piece of her hair once when she sent a Lexi picture." Oh, you just sent the same picture sent to Vera and Yolanda to Audrey. Okay. Yes, I agree, Adri, but you could do a GoFundMe, specifically for that. Mm, I think. I haven't bothered with filters since IG was brand new. Yeah, back then when I um, photoshopped myself quite a bit, back then cameras had a maximum of 4 megapixels, and there was no such thing as apps, no IG, no, not even Facebook was around back then. Oh, you have to go. Okay, bye, Vera. Take care. If it's really late and you need sleep, I don't know, then slap lacquer. Oh yes, I also like the fact that we gotten to know and interact with one another and appreciate each other's creations as art before we ever, got to see the faces, I think. Or most of us. I don't know, I put my face out there right from the beginning. And I don't think anyone here followed me back then, but my first video was actually me showing my face. Because it was just when it was September last year when I first created my channel. And I was so afraid that people would think it was like a fake channel because of the AI baloney that was happening, like a lot of those things, that I just decided to make a video with my face on it. But after, I don't know, half an hour that I had posted, I said, no, I don't want my face that exposed. So I just deleted. Janet said the first digital camera I had 8 pixel photos on a floppy disk. Yeah, pretty much around that. Um, it was after the floppy. It was back in Orkut days, and Orkut was a global sensation, but not in America, as far as I know. I saw Audrey's picture yesterday for the first time. I mean, like a full-on normal picture. And ever since then, ever since Orkut, I haven't photoshopped a picture. First of all, like I said, I devolved a lot on the tech department. And then Facebook came along, and then what was the other one by Microsoft? I never made one of those, but I know they exist and they were a big thing in the United States. It was an MSN thing. And it's funny, Jess, because Chris said that when I said that you have blonde hair, and I saw a little bit of braids when you showed Lexi's picture and blonde hair, and then now um, Chris said that that changed her mental image of you completely. I know you were not there when she said that, so I'm just relaying the information. So let's put maybe this part right here. Okay. How do I want to do this? Maybe I'll make it a bit taller. And then I'll go here. I always wear my hair 2 braids for work, and I often leave them lying there the next day at home. Jess took a pic of a flower. It's amazing and captioned it as nice place for a fairy to nap. Reminded me of you live the other day. Someone needs to draw Jess as a fairy bee girl napping in a flower with a coloring book. That would be lovely. That would be so cute. Like, incredibly cute. And I asked Jess if I could send her some bits and bobs. She allowed me. And all I told her it was the bee things. And it was like she was like, yeah, okay, send them along, say no more. And and then in another stream, she said, a lot of people think bees my favorite animals. Actually, meerkats. I was like, why am I discovering this now? I could have sent something meerkat related. Oh, goodness. And I was like, but no, now she's going to receive a package full of bee stuff. Child, that's how I used to keep my hair. Sometimes spin them in a crown or wreath. 2 is easier than 90 braids. Ask how I know. Oh, I used to using your braids, Nessa, because Nessa went to Barbados and got her hair braided. It was beautiful. Oh, I wish my hair could take that. My hair can't take that. First of all, I have so little hair that that will not be possible. But I was like, it's beautiful. I love braids. I think they're awesome. Uh, Audrey said, well, you were beautiful a month before, but now it's been confirmed, Jess. Well, considering her voice, and I always judge people by their voices because I have a thing with voices. I think you all notice after my Sirens category of all the creators, they're my favorite. I love Jess's voice. It's like, I think, one of my favorites of all of our community. Jess said, hey, I always appreciate all the bee things. Yes, I hope you do, but although, spoiler, there might be a little Lexi theme thing there as well. Because, she's Brianna's twin sister from across the globe, so I had to include a little something that is a bit Lexi themed. But they're just bits and bobs, they're nothing fancy. Just cutesy bits and bobs. And some things were like, no, this is total Jess. I need, she needs to have this in her life because was made for her. Yes, exactly. Such a sweet and kind voice, and her voice makes her face. Oh, Audrey, you making us all curious to see Jess's face now. We might have all to book a flight to the UK just to see her. I know, but supposed to. The extension hair starts to degrade. Oh, all right. Nessa said I took them out back to freeze hair. Shouldn't they last like a month? Oh, Auntie Chris said exactly that. It's supposed to like. Oh, you said 4 months. You took them out. They're supposed to last like 4 months. And then Nessa said, I know, but supposed to. The extension has started to degrade. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, Jess said, that's my top 3. Meerkats, bees, and cats. Yay! I just didn't know about the meerkats. The other parts I got it right. Yay! I can't choose one animal. Animal would you pick for you? I'll always pick a wolf because of less name. Jess said, stop the compliments. I can't take it. Okay. We're making Jess very self aware now, so let's not do that. That's not the point. The point is to make everyone comfy. But anyway, I saw Adri's picture. Liesel and Gretel. Gretel like Hansel and Gretel? Is that what you're saying? So let me go up a tad bit like this. But anyway, I saw Adri's picture too, and I loved it, and she looks so much like the lady she colored for Colombia. I loved it. Immediately when I glanced at the photo, I was like, oh my god, she looks so much like the lady from Christine Karen book. Oh, the eldest and youngest won't have daughters. Your parents refer to you as Heidi when you have your hair in braids. Oh, nice. Chris and Amy Cockle from Sound of Music. Yes, it's from Sound of Music indeed. That actually makes a lot of sense. I watched Sound of Music for the first time a month ago, I think. Because I have seen like excerpts of the film, but I had never watched the whole thing. And I absolutely love her, the actress, the main actress in Sound of Music. I adore her. Okay, I want this a little bit of wispy hair here. And now, no, 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 that's wrong. The wispy will be here because I need to make this a bit thinner on this part. So like this. And this is my thing with drawing. I always do this little chicken scratch kind of thing. And I was told already by my art professor that, that's not the best. We need to work on flowy lines. But it's really hard for me, especially with a notebook like this, straight up. I have the ones that are detachable, so only one time purchase. Oh, okay. I mean, there were more than 7 real life Von Trapp children. Wait, do, were there a real Von Trapp family? Was that a real thing? I mean, there were more than 7 real life Von Trapp children, I think. 9 have the ones that are detachable. So okay, but 7 sounded better in harmony, so they changed it. Oh, I do remember Cynthia. Jess' voice reminded me of a. Oh my god, hold up. I'm missing on things. Mm, Voice reminded me of a character in Cold Midwife, so I picture her like that character. Oh, Cynthia. Okay. I have no idea it was a real family. I thought it was all made up. My natural hat color is like Cynthia, but much longer. I don't remember the names of the characters in Cold Midwife. And I love that TV show, but when I started seeing, I was actually right post COVID, so my memory was absolute garbage. I need to make it even smaller, in fact. Okay. I can also make a bit shorty, I think. No, I don't like this. By the way, thank you everyone for keeping up with me on a Sunday, especially on something that is so not, in the realm of regular coloring. My natural hair is a little like old lady, but no one knows because I have it dyed. Towards the end of the show, I can watch. Not sure if it's in production. I think Called Midwife was finally ended, I believe. The TV series has ended, but they've just wrapped filming a prequel film set during the Second World War. You guests are late. You don't mind too much longer. Oh, I'm glad that you can be here a bit longer, Nessa. Sound has gone. Well, the mic's okay. Apparently. Let me check. Yes, it seems okay. Oh, it's back. All right, good. Um, Jeanette said fighting all the way. Nissa said hair is a lovely dishwater brush. Well, my hair is a real weird mix because I was born blonde. And for Japanese, that's really weird. But my mother is German, so I guess that's normal in that way. But that's I don't know. I don't want this way. I want it to be even lower. I want it to have like this. Oh yes, this is better. I like this better. My hair's a bit weird. My hair is really weird. I was born blonde, and then it got into pitch black dark, and then it became chocolatey brown, and then it started turning reddish when I was around 10 years old. It was like chocolate reddish kind of thing. And it stayed that way, but the longer I let it grow, the blonder it would become. It would be almost like it was being bleached down, but I had never done anything in my hair up to that point. And I hated the fact that my hair was basically tri-colored because it would be right out of the root, it would be a grayish, brown grayish, and then it would turn into this chocolate color, and then redhead, and then blonde-ish. When I was a kid, it became dark and dark over the years. Now I'm mousy brown. Yes, that's pretty much the way it is my hair. Mousy brown, exactly. It's almost grayish. It's a very cool tone brown as it comes out of the root, but then it starts going a bit chocolatey and then auburn, and it's weird. It's just weird. I'm thinking I'm gonna like shrink her a bit. I'm gonna make her stubby, chubby and stubby. And the reason for that is because I want more of her to show. Just a little bit more. And since this part's not really going to show, so I think it doesn't really matter, but I want to make her a bit stumpy kind of thing. And I found Audrey so beautiful. It's just, I'm a physical therapist, and one of the areas I acted on was in post op recovery from surgery, all kinds of surgery, but also aesthetic surgery. So I got really used to, my eyes hit a photograph or a person, and I understand their bone structure. So immediately when I saw Audrey's picture, I saw the bone structure in her and was like, wow, this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Audrey's beautiful. Not to mention her skin. Oh my gosh, I want to have skin like that when I reach her age. I'm totally a kind of person that has girl crushes. Like, I look at a person and I just find them beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, that woman is beautiful. If I was a dude or if I played on that team, I would be asking that person on a date or something. But, unluckily for me, I like men. But that does not make me blind to beauty. And the reason I found Audrey beautiful is because she glows. She glows when she smiles. She's glowing. That's why I call her Miss Sunshine, because she's like a ray of sunshine. It's the way I feel when I see her or I hear her. Even before I saw her picture, is the energy that she transmits. It's joy. She's a personification of joy to me. Even when she's not feeling her greatest, even when she's not okay, she still transmits joy, even if she's upset, which is fun. But that's just the person she is. And I saw her in her lips. Oh gosh, Audrey has some lips, like you know, plump, beautiful lips. Her face is like perfect for her. When a person fits her own face perfectly, that's her. She looks exactly the way she has to look by her personality and her energy and her vibrant smile. You can see just how large her heart is, and just by looking at her picture. She's exactly the way I thought she was when I saw her picture. Like, zero surprises, because it's a very Adri like picture. And that makes her even more beautiful. And she said, now I'm the one blushing. Well, then blush away, dear. Audrey just so sweet, exactly well said. If we didn't all love you, we wouldn't not be supporting you as we do. You see, exactly. What I love the most about this group of friends, we have to balance. We all need to give each other love and kindness. The world is cruel. We need to balance it out. I agree, Nessa. And also, I don't say things I don't mean. Like, you know, it was basically part of my job. And it's funny, her sister was in the picture, and I asked if her sister had an injury to her nose because it looked a bit crooked. I thought maybe it was just a shadow, but then I looked really close. Nope. And I think her sister has a deviated septum, which means that she probably would have some rhinitis or sinusitis or trouble breathing in one side. So I asked to ask her sister about it, and it doesn't mean lack of prettiness. Mind you, I actually don't necessarily love symmetrical faces. I think asymmetry gives you a sense of beauty as well. So it's not a criticism to Audrey's sister. I just noticed and I asked if she was okay, if she ever had an accident. That's all. You know, like to break the bridge of the nose, or if she had any discomfort. And she's beautiful too, by the way. They have a lot of similarities. Have the same marked chin, the same beautiful lips, plump lips. The kind like people will pay a lot of dollars to go to the doctor and had those things injected into them to have plump lips like that. And Audrey and her sister, they did not have to do a thing. The universe just gifted them with that kind of beauty. Nothing against thin lips either, because my lips are extremely thin, but each face matches something. And, you know, my thin lips match my face, which is fine. Everything is beautiful. There's no such thing as a non beautiful face. One thing I adore, for example, is Auntie Chris's eyes. Her look is so piercing. And Nessa's smile is contagious. It's beautiful. It's like, you know, when someone's smile reaches their eyes and you can see happiness through their eyes because of their smile. That's Nessa. Oh, hello, Claire. Hello. Oh, welcome to the Fox Den, my dear. Min foja bined means nice every day. There's a book, look it up, written illustrated by a man who almost totally blind. Oh, this is incredible. Oh, you sent on Discord, Nessa? Oh, thank you, Claire. This is I'm trying to create a logo image thing for the channel, so I don't have to keep my picture there. I mean, I don't mind keeping my picture, but after the one Edri mentioned, you know, that bright colors and something really emblematic and simple, which is Jess's channel, made her, you know, easy to find in a situation of need when Adri was in she lives in Colombia and she was hit by the earthquake and she left without her phone. So the only person she could reach, she even didn't have her glasses on, was actually Jess because of the picture and because the emblematic bright yellow colors that Coloring Bumblebee Jess has on her thing. That made me think that it's important. Not like for marketing or anything, but for us to recognize one another fast if one ever need each other, you know? Yes, Claire, that video is so validating. Thank you so much. Because 99% of you described, I was like, is she describing herself or is she describing me? Because it feels so much like me, you know? I cannot like give myself a deadline for things. I can't. I can't. If I do it, then I just probably would not make them at all. So it's really hard to break myself to do things that I must do, even if the must is a purely mental rule that I applied myself to myself. And it's funny because I was thinking about it, what Claire said in her video. If you didn't watch everyone, you should go and watch her. Yes, that was what made me think I should create something for my own channel, Audrey. Auntie Chris said I wouldn't say lied. It made me sad and angry at the world. Yes, of course. It made me really upset that she had gone through, and I followed Claire for like a decade, I think. And I remember when she was ill with her nausea issue and all that, and I remember she even had to call an ambulance once, and then they kind of dismissed her, and I was so angry about it. I was like, what? And I know what this is. This is the misogyny. A good chunk of this is the misogyny because women can never be in real pain, or in real discomfort, or in real trouble. They would just chuck it up everything to anxiety because to their misogynistic mind, we are a bunch of hysterical people that suffer from unnecessary anxiety, which is very heavily quoted here, air quotes, because this is not true at all. And I hate that we are dismissed because of lack of medical proper research. I mean, only until 1993, I think, when women was started to be studied in medical trials to see if they would react the same with medication and how would that work in a women's body. And I mean women as in biological, not the gender, just the sex, as in a womb and stuff like that. Because these are physiological differences, and that also changes the presentation of so many illnesses, even behaviors or dysfunctions. Like ADHD presents so differently in women, and therefore is so very little properly diagnosed because of it. I hate they chuck everything to anxiety. Don't get me wrong, most of us suffer from some form of anxiety, but we live in a world that is anxiety inducing, so that is not really all that surprising. And it's not because we have anxiety that we can't have anything else. It's quite the opposite. Most of the time, especially for people that are not neurodivergent, anxiety comes as a lack of proper treatment. We go through as women, which would have been treated, research supported had a man suffer them. Exactly. Did you know they made a study about how PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome, I think that's the English name, how does that affect their male partners? When up until not too long ago, they didn't even know we had a specific gland. Is that a gland? I think it's gland, what it's called, inside our womb that actually is a router of nerve endings. And because they basically knew it existed but didn't know how it works, so pretended it didn't exist and literally erased from medical books, they actually would subject women to have IUDs inserted in other procedures without proper anesthesia because they feel like the woman has no nerve endings when we know is absolutely not true. It makes me a little tearful, but so happy I found you all. Thank you. Jeanette, feel the same. I love this community. I agree. This community is a lifeline to me in particular. It feels like I finally found my crew after 30 something years of being a complete weird misfit. I think I like how this turned out. I think I can ink it. Hopefully. Let me get some pens now. 1.3. Who do I use? Or who do I? I wonder what happens to all that when you get a hysterectomy, which I did at 38. Well, that particular bundle of nerve endings is removed alongside because it's inside the lining of the womb, and you remove that. But that doesn't mean that the body doesn't make itself back up in certain parts, because the whole thing about the human body is that it makes new blood vessels and it makes new nerve endings. Yes, exactly, Nissa. It was 1993 when women were actually included in the first medical studies. People just didn't know. Wait, Angela's here? Oh, hello, Angela. Welcome to the Fox Den, my dear. Sorry I missed you. And it's systemic. You believe, Auntie Chris said it's systemic. I believe most medical professionals are good caring people. These conceptions and preconceptions, even some truths, are woven tightly into everything. Exactly. You don't even notice. And I can say that for myself. Yes, it would definitely be anesthetic if it was a man. It's okay, he was eating. All right. Good job, Jeanette's liver. Yes, I'm so happy her liver recovered mostly. Me too. I had my first IUD put in me without any anesthesia, and they said it should be fine. It was fine. And that was a woman saying that, because this is what we are taught, and I'm a healthcare worker myself. In fact, one of my specialties is women's health. And I was taught that too, that there were no nerve endings in the womb. I was also taught there was no lymphatic vessels on the brain. But then the year I was graduating, like a decade or so, I found out that they had discovered there was lymphatic vessels inside the brain, but they are so thin that as soon as a person would pass away, they would kind of dissolve. That's why in when they're doing anatomy studies, they couldn't find it and therefore thought it didn't exist. If Mayo law makes want to take away women's contraceptive because it's natural to become pregnant, then the blue pill should go away. Too, limp is also natural. Exactly, Audrey. I agree. I have to give you a standing ovation, my love, because that's it. That's very much it. And I had to jump through so many hoops to remove my tubes because I do not want children. I have medical illnesses. I have hereditary autoimmune conditions, more than one, at least two that we know of. And I was like, I don't want children. And I had to hear stuff like, where is your dad to sign the permission for you? I was like, I'm a grown ass adult. Why do I need to have my dad come sign anything for me? I haven't spoken to my father in a while. Nothing against him, bless him, but I don't want him to have to sign and make these decisions for me. It's my body. And when I work in women's healthcare in the maternity ward, we had homeless women come to us that wanted to be sterilized because they were homeless, because they were subject to abuse on the streets. In fact, that one was pregnant for the, I don't know, eighth or ninth time. And it was not wanted pregnancy, but because it was too far along, we couldn't do anything to help her. And she was like, please, no more children, please. And all of her children was in social, um, what is it called? Child Protective Services kind of thing. I think in the United States would be CPS. Exactly, because she was homeless and she couldn't, she's also almost to the point of being elder at this point. And she was still having babies, and she wasn't getting any jobs. She was trying to, but she was not being given a proper chance. And then they said, no, she can't do it because she doesn't have a home address, so the system cannot sterilized for her. Besides, she's too young. She was not too young. And that's the kind of garbage that women have to put up with. I had to basically threaten to sue. Well, I did threaten, I did start a lawsuit to be able to finally get someone to accept it. Some doctor, because doctors say, nah, but the woman can change her mind in the future and then we will be sued because she changed her mind. And I was like, you do know that there is not in the history of the Western world any place where a doctor was sued by sterilizing a woman in the legal way with the proper documentation and had lost. So it's a fallacy. It's just this, oh, I want to protect my career kind of crap, but the truth is not about that at all. And here the law says any woman over the age of 21 without any other responsible, you don't need a husband, you don't need a father, you don't need anything, should be able to go to the healthcare system and voice her concerns and ask for tubes being tied or removed. You need to go through a psychological assessment and a bunch of garbage stuff, but it was just like, pipe down, you talking rubbish. Oh, hold up. I lost something. I'm sure I heard someone recently that women's medical research around 400 years behind me relatively. Can't remember when I read though. Oh, Audrey, if you create a group on WhatsApp, I'm in. Jess said, I once got into a bit of an argument with a male co-worker who was 17, saying how bad the pill was and women should be on it. I was like, the only advice I listened to on that is my doctors or the healthcare professional. That's your 17-year-old boy trying to tell a woman about that. Did you walk away fast, Jess? Oh, yes, I was just like, pipe down, you're talking rubbish. Claiming that the pill make women depressed. Already depressed, thank you very much. The pill had no effect on it. Would have loved to hear you talking to him. Surely there's a document you can sign to say you will not sue them. Yes, there is. And in fact, when you ask for that, they give you a document to sign. But usually it's because doctors are very conservative. You know, oh, but I'm taking away your reproductive rights. And then they come with historical facts like, oh, because women used to be sterilized en masse. And I was like, yes, usually black and Native American women, also mixed race women. It's true. That was once used as a tool for control and domination and even eugenics and extermination. But that's not what's happening here. All that kind of baloney. It's very different than woman's right to choose. Exactly. It was just a bunch of nonsense. And then I found this doctor, lovely doctor, who said, the law says you have the right. You know, I brought the law with me because I had consulted a lawyer, and she said, bring the law, rub it in your face. And I had tried, but many doctors just showed me the door and said, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to sterilize a perfectly healthy woman. And I was like, I am not perfectly healthy. I have rheumatoid arthritis, I have psoriasis, and I probably have lupus. And I was like, why would I want to pass that along? Back then, I was single. You know, well, technically, I'm still officially, legally single, right? But I wasn't dating anyone or anything like it. And when I met Bear, it was funny because I told him something you need to know. I told him when I first met, I was like, I do not want children. If you have those dreams of one day being a father and all that stuff, then you need to find someone else. No hard feelings, just walk away now. And he was like, I have severe major depressive disorder. My father also has it. My mother has it. I don't know if that's what his father has, but his father has another kind of something. And he was like, I don't want that because that's also very much hereditary, especially the neurochemical variety. And he said, I don't want kids. I never wanted, do not want them. And if you ever have that wish, I would say go find someone who has the same wish. And I told him, I don't. I'm on the line to have my tubes removed. And he said, I'm on the line to have my vasectomy done. And we both were very clear from the beginning that none of us would ever apply pressure on one another. And if that ever changed, if he one day decided he wants to be a father, or me decided to be a mother, then we were free to just say, this is no longer my wish, I'm walking away now. Bye, Nissa. It's short and sweet. We have to run. My husband was picked all out to film for us to watch. Ooh, right, nice. I was glad you're here. Enjoy your film, Claire. Thing is, even if years down the line you do miraculous change your mind, adoption is valid. Exactly. Exactly, Jess. Perfectly put. That's something I always said. I don't have to generate a child in my womb. I mean, I think people misunderstand how much of a toll it is on a woman's body. Pregnancy is very heavy on the woman's body. That's why it was one of the main causes for death for women. It's very valid. Adoption is extremely valid. If I were to ever become a mother, it would definitely be through adoption. But I really don't want to be a mother. And don't get me wrong, most of my patients nowadays are kids, and so are my boyfriends, because he's a teacher. 2 out of 3 of your children have no children. Yes. Another reason is it's very expensive to raise a children nowadays. You know, back in the day, it wasn't as expensive. In my grandmother's day, my great grandmother, yes, but also great grandmother's days. Also, the mortality rate was so huge. So, no, it's a choice I made. And I'm really happy with my choice. This amazing doctor said, let's do everything by the book so no one can complain. Get the certificate from a psychologist saying you are of sound mind and you know what you want. Sign the document saying you know, notarize it. Have to wait 60 days after those things are done. You have to do a pregnancy test just to make sure you're not actively pregnant. And you take all the paperwork and they schedule. And the next day, after the 60 days, a window of grace period for you to change your mind, kind of thing. He operated on me. And I even told him, I want a video, I want photographs of my tube outside of my body just because a little peace of mind. And he did it. He even recorded it, and he even said on the recording, "Can I incinerate this now? Because this is, I can't just leave it here in the OR." I was like, "Okay, yes, go ahead, throw in the incinerator," and he did. He was really open and funny about it. And I joined a Facebook group, they're the ones that helped me find this doctor. I joined the group, and they're the one that helped me find the doctor. And I went there and I gave him rave reviews. I said he respected my wishes. He was not misogynistic pig. He didn't say I needed my husband, my father to sign for me, which are not even legal, those things. But men do it because they think they can. I had to hear from an elder doctor to say women can't make these decisions by themselves. They need a man to be there for them. I was like, excuse me? So I got my happy ending, but it took me 11 years. Hello, Kim. Uh, Audrey said my daughter's 35, my son 30, and no grandchildren. They had farms that made up at least 60 to 70% of economic needs back then. Exactly. And yet they think after all that effort, you may still change your mind. Exactly. And it took me 11 years fighting this. Even my gynecologist, she was trying to help me, but she doesn't operate. She hasn't operated in quite a while. And she was like, I can't do it for you because I no longer do surgeries, but I will write letters to the doctors. And she did. And she tried to help me. But closed but no cigar for a long time. And to eventually, oh, I made a mistake here. Darn it. Yes, it's super, super stupid and silly. Oh, hello, Jane. Hello. Jane, how many hours do you start streaming? Because I want to watch your stream, so I will probably be done here before that. But I think there's at least another hour, or maybe, yes, I think so. Yes, advocate half of my, I did. I definitely did. And my boyfriend, he went through the same thing. He didn't get his surgery because he's going through the free healthcare system, and his wait line is longer. I went private, not private, but I pay a private health insurance, which is a supplementary healthcare system to the universal free healthcare system. We have a mixed system here because mine is considered elective. I was advised to go um, through my healthcare insurance kind of thing. He didn't yet. He's still on the waiting list because he's going to the free healthcare system. He doesn't have a private one. And he he was, I think, 100th on the list when the pandemic hit. And when the pandemic hit, he all of those things were back to square one. They removed the list, they deleted the list because there was no longer a priority. They had to focus on more urgent cases, so everything was elective became like, nope, we don't know when that's going to be open again. So now they're starting to reopen, but there's, I don't know, 15,000 people in front of him. It's going to take a while until it gets to his turn now. And when he went there, because as soon as they reopened, he went there to re-register to be on the list, they told him, oh, but you were only 30 something at the time back then. And they said, you're too young. And then he immediately grabbed the law because he knew I had all the issues that I did. And he grabbed the law printed and he said, here it says that it doesn't matter my age. I don't need to have children. My right is this. If you don't get me my appointment to be put on the list, I will go to the customer service department and I'll place a complaint against this particular unit from this neighborhood. And I'm getting your name right now and I'll make a personal complaint against you because you are infringing upon my rights, because I had kind of coached him before. And immediately the position changed. Oh no, don't worry. Okay, we're going to schedule for you. But are you sure you're not going to change your mind? And he said, I will not change my mind. Here it is. This is my request. Make my appointment. And they did make him an appointment, but then they sent a bajillion tests for him to do, things that even the healthcare system won't provide for him for a long time. So he's on the list for those. It's going to take a couple of years, I believe. So he didn't get to say goodbye to some parts of his anatomy yet. but he wants to, which I'm really glad. I can't believe it might actually be done. At least inking this. Oh, thank you, Kim. It's such a cute logo she sent. Audrey said it's reversible for men. Yes, but the longer it is, the harder it is to reverse. So in fact, if I had just clipped mine or put they call a ring in it, it would be reversible for me. But I don't want it to be reversible, so I asked, not for getting my tubes tied, but I asked what a bilateral salpingectomy, which is cutting the entire tube and removing the entire tube, both of them, because that one is not reversible. There are cases where women's had spontaneous reversals. Oh, Chris, we are just talking about tubes being tied and women's rights, and my boyfriend struggling as well to have his right of being vasectomized respected, which hasn't happened much so far. You set terms for artifolks as jelly roll, trouble bags, and forgot the others we came up with for now. I don't remember them all. Audrey said, if I make a lug, will be an ugly butterfly. There is no such things as ugly butterflies. Unless it has like fangs or teeth or something. Audrey said that's the one I had. You had the clipped one, or you had like you removed the entire tube. Just said, whenever I think about reversing it, I think of The Office. In Michael Scott said, snip, snap, snip, snap. Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's just. Uh-huh. Barry loves The Office. He absolutely loves it, and he caught the reference as soon as he got here. He just arrived at the desk, and he said, "Hey, that's The Office." Snip, snap. Oh, you got a salpingectomy like me, Audrey. Yes, the entire tube. I'm gonna have to flip this because I can't do this properly. And it's funny, I inked the whole thing, but I will only use a part that fits in the circle, so I didn't have to ink the whole thing. Jess said, yes, Bear. That's The Office. I was telling you about all the hassle you went through when they didn't want to schedule your appointment for you to check the vasectomy and everything else. And then Audrey said, but it's reversible for men. And that's when she remembered that immediately. Audrey said, and then later, many years later, the uterus, yes. Mine is still here and still kicking me in the bum. Because, boy, nobody told me the perimenopause would be this. I don't want to curse, but think of a turd. It's a big pile of turd. And I'm doing hormone replacement therapy, and it's been very helpful. I need a thinner one now. Yeah. It's funny, Jess. Bear always asks me, um, the girl that once cursed in the stream, because I was listening to you while I fell asleep, and I left you streaming on my phone, and he came to bed and he heard you say the F word, like, oh, F, and then he was like, I never heard anyone, cursing on a stream before. who was it? And then I start going back to my history to see because I just fell asleep. So a lot of stuff played during the night. And when I went to check, it was you because you were talking something about your mother and you heard your mother screaming, "Oh, F." And then he said that he just started laughing because he didn't even know what the stream was about, but he heard something saying "Oh, F," and he started laughing about it. So every time I'm saying he's coloring Bumblebee, and then he says, "Which one is that one?" It was like the OF girl. And they're like, "Oh, that one. Okay."
She watching you?
Yeah, she's here now.
What was her name again?
Jess.
Hey Jess, huge fan. That F word was on point. Super funny. Edgy stuff. Love it.
After twin boys, and then ago in less than 1.5 years, yes, he got tired. Jet said, the first time I dropped the F bomb was when I accidentally colored a petal green like a leaf. And then she said, I'm here to entertain. You and Holly are his favorite creators on the community. He first started like following along a little bit of the community on the Tubiton, and he watched Holly's entire Tubiton stream. You find the clip that you can show back. Okay, he will love it and he will have a good laugh of it. Definitely will. He loves spontaneous cursing. He says that everything looks better with it. And he saw Holly doing the clock cancer.
She was.
She called the frog.
The cursing frog, yes. The cursing
Yes,
frog. Something like that.
it's the entire book. Holly's entire book was a frog that kept saying curse words. Chris said, I get tickled when Jess and Lucy curse. I think it's rare that I curse. I try not to. And then Chris said, I think I curse at least 3 times per stream. You, Chris, he recognizes instantly because of your voice. He always knows it's you when I'm watching you. He's like, oh, that's her. Because Bear used to be a smoker. And he said, oh, she's that one. The one that smokes like I used to. And then I go, yes, that's her. No, that's not the one I want. I want this one. Oh gosh, I'm really bad with doing eyebrows. Yay! And I missed it. Oh, shoot. It's gonna be like that. Mistakes are part of it. Frogbed the Sweary Frog. That's it. That's the book that Holly was coloring. Jane said, "I say cripes a lot. That's not it's not cussing. That's like me saying a huge amount of garbage or turd."
What did she say?
Cripes, CRIPES. That's Jane, Canadian.
Cripes?
Yes,
Like crap?
I think so. Probably.
Variation, I don't know.
I don't know. I never heard of that one as well. Oh, you sent us text, Audrey. You call her Jess? Oh, okay. Hold up, hold up. It's a girl fox. Yes, child, that's a girl fox. You know, Lucy Fox. That preacher cousin says thinking of piece of junk. Auntie Chris said, I'm either full on really curse words or holy moly goodness sakes. Oh, cripey is like a version of Christ.
Oh, Christ.
Yes, like it's in like Christ's sake or something. Cripey. Oh no, May, what are you doing, girl? Oh, you scared me. I didn't see you coming, girl. It's on Discord. All right. Okay. All right. I'm back. Sorry, everyone. That was my cat. Where is it? I don't even know. Over there, maybe? Oh, there. Attack of the Ant Smashing Kitty. Yes, okay. I have a. Oh no! No, 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 no. What are you doing, love? Where is my thingy? Nope. Ugh. Okay. I have a cover for my keyboard so she can lay on top of it and not press any keys. So we were just looking for the keyboard cover. Oh gosh. It was so much better before you whacked it, girl. Let me see. Is it here? No, that's not here. In art text for stream. Oh, here. Oh, her hair looks a lot like Jess. It's true. I only know Jess's hair. I don't know her face. But yes. You know what they were talking about the other day? The other day, just a few minutes again. They were telling me that the Von Trapp family was real family on Sound of Music.
Yes.
And the real family was like 9 children, but it would look better in the movie 7. You never told me that when we were watching it. Wrong screen nerd. No lightning and earthquake because of it, or anything like that. Yes, that's my cat. That's beautiful, beautiful. You did all oil pastels? Yes, with soft oil pastels, of course. If I read it, I would know. We're waiting for Jess's approval because, Jess is pretty much one of the few that know how she looks like in this stream. It's on the coloring community art text for stream. That's called. Let me see if I can. Sorry, I'm gonna make everyone dizzy. Okay, can I show her to all of you? Ah, I don't know. Nope, nope, that way. Yes, that way. Cat, kitty. And that's my keyboard that she whacked and almost ended the stream. And now I have the cover. Once. Yes, it's Little Jess. It's the kitty, the kids version. Oh no. I'm gonna have to fix this. Yes, good. Oh, you're watching? You're watching the stream? Oh, beauty cat. And it's funny because she's very much, stay all by herself. But when she wants attention, she's like, I'm gonna whack your camera, I'm gonna drop your phone, I'm gonna do whatever. I need. Let me put these away. 0.3, 0.05, and now I want the really thick one, 0.07. Is kitty Jess. Jess said she looks way cuter than I do. Yes, that was my cat. Messing things up. So I'm being quiet. I'm just spying on the cat here beside me to make sure she doesn't pull anything funny. Should have erased this first. I mean,
She's watching the stream.
I know she is. I don't know why, but she's watching me draw this. Oh my god, no! Oh my god. She's watching the stream and then she saw my water brush and she tried to whack it, but on the screen, not in real life. Oh, I forgot this part. Okay. Yeah. May's going crazy. Yesterday, as I mentioned to some of you, my friend that is getting married, she came here to taste test. Grolix? Bear, you're gonna like this. Come read this. Yeah.
Fun fact: there's the name for using symbols to replace words.
Grolix. I had no idea. He is a cutie pie shy guy. Wait, who is a cutie pie shy guy? I lost something. My cat? Me? It's a go if that's it. What is she angry about? Oh, you're looking at the computer fan? It's inside the computer, love. You can't hit it. Look at this. Did you rub yourself in catnip? What did you do, girl? Maybe. Oh, you're even opening my Procreate. You're not supposed to be opening stuff on my tablet, girl. You know this, my cat, this one, May, my calico girl. She once dialed Bear in the middle of the night. He was at his place, I was in mine, and what were we were talking right before we went to bed, and texting, and then I said, "Okay, good night," and I left the phone unlocked, and I was facing the phone when I fell asleep, so it was unlocked regardless. And then she started tapping on the phone, and she literally called Bear because I left his WhatsApp window open, and there's the little phone on the top. And she tapped it, and she literally called him, and he was like, "Hello, hello," and I was fast asleep. I didn't even know. Literally a cat dial instead of a butt dial. Oh, Rob had a T-shirt in his shop that says, "What the is a Rolex?" and I want it badly. Audrey, you forgot to eat. Go get yourself some food, girl. Preferably some nuts with plenty of zinc, selenium, and protein, and a little bit of good fats to keep you energetic and healthy. Not giving you any sugar spikes. Helping with any kind of dizzy spells or weakness. I'm half tempted to draw the circle, but I don't want to draw the circle because I think I'm going to mess it up. I don't know. It was very much a cat style, and it was not the only time she did that. And it's only her. No other cat of mine does that kind of stuff. None of them pull that kind of stunt. That's a May exclusive. Kate likes to bite the phone if she wants attention. and we're not giving her the attention she wants, she climbs on our lap and just grabs the phone with both of her paws and yuck. She bites the corner of the phone, like she's trying to chew on it. She doesn't do it heavily, but she's like, see what I can do if you don't give me attention? I can whack this thing. I can break it, human. And it's very effective, I have to admit. Do you have a compass or a lead or plate? I tried that. Lexi likes to rub her head against the corner of my phone. She loves corners. Yes, my cats all love corners and love to rub their faces on the corners of things. Of my tablet. This is how she just opened my Procreate. She whacked it with her hand and then rubbed her face on it. The Procreate was already open, but it was kind of minimized on the tablet. She immediately swipe thing open. Swipe thing open. Upstairs just brought me strawberries and ice cream. Oh my gosh. I have to say, I don't love strawberry ice cream. I love strawberries with ice cream. I mean, just usually things that are flavored strawberry, I don't like very much because they don't usually taste like strawberry. But Bear said, I know one thing you will like because strawberry is my favorite fruit. And he bought me Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And I was like,
by the way, Haagen-Dazs will leave Brazil.
They will leave Brazil?
Yeah.
We need to make a World War III stockpile of Haagen-Dazs.
I'm gonna live, I think, this year, by the end of this year. Something like that.
Oh, you also had lasagna? May, it's me. I'm the one doing this, darling. She's whacking my monitor, thinking I'm rubbing the needed eraser. She's seeing it on the monitor. Oh, hello, Atlanta. Sorry I didn't see you. I love lasagna. I absolutely love lasagna. Yes, I had never had the strawberry Haagen-Dazs ice cream before. What are you doing? Yes, that I'm gonna have to do that, Kim, because I did not know that Haagen-Dazs was living in Brazil, and I absolutely love that ice cream. I like their cookies and cream as well. The vanilla is pretty good as well. And I know it's just regular ice cream, but I like it. I like the texture.
Something to do with Yoki and other brands are gonna merge or something. So
Who?
Yoki and other brands were related to Haagen-Dazs.
I didn't even know they were
Yeah.
related.
Something like that, and it's gonna leave Brazil
Oh shoot.
because it's not profitable anymore.
Well,
Which,
considering the
duh,
prices, it's definitely not going to be because.
like you're buying gold.
Yep.
Golden ice cream.
For that price, it better have gold in it.
But you cannot blame them because it's the best.
Yes.
At least for me.
My city is actually the one of the largest strawberry producers. They have farms here, strawberry farms. We can go to. They give you a little basket. You collect as many strawberries as you want, straight from the crop, and you wait it, and you can take it home. And while you're there, you can sit under under the bushes and just eat ice cream. Not ice cream. Eat strawberries. It's absolutely free. You can have as much as you want.
Who told me about? Actually, not me, but told about the Grawl King or something.
It was Chris, because she's the linguist.
Oh, Chris, did you know that strawberry comes from strew, which is something that spreads, like something that actually spreads on the ground? And I learned about this like last month, I think. I never knew about why strawberries, like something like made of straw or something, but it comes from the word strew, which is the meaning of to spread around or on the ground or around something. So just I don't know if you already know that. It's just giving the change about the growling thingy. Gralton, Gralton.
Grolix.
Grolix, sorry, Grolix.
See, this is what an English major talks about. That's how that man made me fall in love with him.
That's true.
Oh, see, she said, I didn't know that. Isn't that fun? I love etymology. She always she watches Rob Words, the one we watch, with the curiosity for words and etymology and where do they come from. Strawberry grows in the wild. Yes, it does. What? What's wrong? Oh, it's just a bunch of piece of papers, I think. Oh, you can never find them ripe. Here they grow so large and they are so red and ripe and perfect. I love it. But you have to go to the farm to get it them good. In the supermarkets, they're never that good. And I absolutely love them. My favorite cake is strawberry cake with cream. I love it. Hmm? Oh, she left. Yes, uh-huh. May left because she heard my aunt coming in and she likes to hang out in the garden. What? What? I don't know. My favorite cake's red velvet. Wow. Well, here the issue is red velvet's not really red velvet. Not the way they have it in America. I've eaten the one in America and that's actually good. But here they are too sweet. I don't know why, but they are so sweet here. I don't like it. That's why I prefer to do just a regular white fluffy cake with vanilla dough, for the cake. And then strawberries and cream inside. Yes, I should find. Oh, do you know what I have? I have something that is round and it would work, I think. I just need to find my flip. It's actually fabric, I believe. There is a Japanese cake called Japanese jiggly cake, I think, and it's called Japanese cheesecake. And I know, no, this is too small. And I do not know whether or not. Where's the thing here? Oops, that's not the one. That's the one. Oh, but that's not gonna work. Shoot. But this Japanese cheesecake is so delicious. I love it. So it would be here, just so I have a reference. That's almost too big, I feel, because it's getting all the way there. No. Something's off. Hmm, I think that's correct. I can send you a link, Jeanette. I'll send you on WhatsApp as soon as I hit the stream. Because this is an old one. I'm gonna have to dig deep to find because it's been almost a decade that I bought it. So it's gonna take a little while for me to find the link. But I know it was Amazon. So that's it, I think. This is for fabric, really, I think. Like patchwork or something. I'm not really sure. And they have two sizes. They have this one, which is the smallest one. And this is the largest one. But there is a compass that has no needle. It's called Safe Tiru Compass, I think. And I absolutely am obsessed with that thing. But I can only get in the United States, and they only send in packages of 10, I think. And I don't want it. I don't want that many. I don't need that many, you know? So I don't know how I'm going to go about getting that one, but I really want that one. It's really handy. Where is the thingy? Here. Okay. It's a bit odd. I feel like this should be. Um, no, this one is too small. I've been trying to do as small as possible, but this one's gonna have to be the one. Yeah, I think it's good enough. I'm gonna try to do it in grey. And let me. It's not like I need to do the circle. I just want to have a good idea where things are. We'll be wrapping up in like 10 minutes or so, just so then I can hop in into Jane's stream because I love watching her stream on Sundays. She's like my favorite pastime for Sunday. Though I admit, I don't always watch everything because there's usually a time I take a nap on Sunday, so I lay in bed, I watch her, and I take a nap. So now I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Am I going to use watercolors? I don't know. Maybe not. I want to leave this very light, because I don't want to ink it. I just want to know it's there so I can follow along with it. Paint. I'm almost having in mind to transfer this to my tablet so I can print it on watercolor paper because this is just another regular sketchbook. I mean, it's thick, it's 150 GSM, which is something like £90, I think. Yes, I know, but if I don't put it there, I would cut off her ears. And because YouTube profile picture is a circle, I knew a lot of it, some of it will be missed. I just can't draw just part of something. It goes against my brain. That's why I drew everything, but I knew this part would probably be missed. It's fine. I mean, I can use her fully on other stuff, but for the profile pic, I think her face is most important. Um, Atlantis said, that's right, I almost forgot about Jane's stream. Yes, I really like her stream on Sundays. Yes, I will totally cut off her feet, unfortunately. But this part is most important for the profile picture. My the channel banner when you walk in when you click on my channel, and it's the same fonts, but I made on my tablet, and it is a full drawing kind of thing. Although I had to use a lot of guidelines to get the perspective right on the desk. My only, you know, issue here is that I don't know what medium to use, but I'm going towards um watercolor pencils. I think while I watch Jane, I might go with watercolor pencils here. I don't have like airbrush doodlers are good. Oh, maybe ink tints. I don't know. Ink tints are so vibrant and beautiful, but I tend to mess up when I use them. So I'm not sure. Let me see. Do I have anything here? Nope, just a couple swatches from studies. This is erasable pencils, gouache. Oh, this was my list of Da Vinci paints for when I traveled to the US. Um, Atlantis had. I've drawn things in circles in high school, like the Tree of Life or figures with circle encompassed everything. I used to draw things in circles, not like meditating figures, group of figures, but it's been a while. Yes, and honestly, I don't love circles as a shape to draw on. I always prefer to do a square frame, but because the YouTube profile is random, I'm sticking to a circle here. I know you guys cannot see, but I can still see the line. And I'm thinking I might put this on my tablet and then print it on maybe watercolor paper. Yeah, this is 150. I don't think it would take well. I have hot press paper, but if I print it, oh, that would be a problem. My printer is not waterproof ink, so if I wet it, it's going to be messy as heck. So I'm going to have to print on the good, on bad paper, and then transfer again to good paper. That's what I'm going to do probably. The reason I don't do circles very much is because I'm really bad with drawing circles. You know, when you're drawing something like a character, you don't need to make a perfect circle, just some general round-ish shape. And then like triangles for the ears, and then you will refine things and, you know, make them kind of mesh together. But if you need something more perfect, more symmetrical in a way, it's usually an issue for me. Oh, to everyone, Auntie Chris has an announcement. Next time you're in the CC Discord, please answer the poll I posted on the general channel. Okay. So, I don't know. Let me think. Watercolor pencils? Oh, Jeanette said she just did. Yes, I'm going to have to play with the different options. I will probably do that. I'll probably print on crappy paper and then scribble graphite on the back and transfer to different types of paper and play with different medium and see what I like best. Because I want the main color to be orange-ish and then purple and teal on the paint. I also have to redo her fingers. I erased it and I didn't do them. And then in the back, I'm thinking I'm gonna do purple and teal as well. I will see you in a minute, Jane, on your stream. Be right there. I'm gonna wrap up here because I'm done. I think I'm gonna probably have to scan this before I go to your stream and while I play with the colors. I'll put it in Procreate and play with different color schemes and stuff. Thank you everyone for being here and making me company. Thank you, Jess. Claire's already gone, but thank you, Claire. Thanks, Atlanta, for dropping by. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Audrey. Chris. Nessa's gone too. She went on to cook. Let me see. Jeanette. Audrey. Is there anyone else? Kim. Kim is here. Oh, Audrey, I missed when you said you were going to eat scrambled eggs. Okay, that's a valid option. If I forgot anyone, I'm sorry, but I think I have everyone. I think I mentioned everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you in Jane's stream.